Episode 9 is set to include a total of 8 new characters in this story by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, we are just 2 weeks away from, of course, Star Wars Celebration, which is going to be the time and place of the official debut of the teaser trailer, so mark your calendars right now for April 12th, which is when we will be getting the official title and teaser of Episode 9. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with the identity of the Dark Prince in Episode 9. Specifically, it's described that one of the costume designs used in the film is for a character that will interact with Rey, Finn, and Poe, known as the Dark Prince. It's described that the outfit is a purple cloak with black stripes as well as black gloves. It's described that the costume design is dubbed as Prince Lone Lee, who is also called the Dark Prince as a code name. It's said that the Prince Lone Lee will have a single scene in the exotic city to support Rey and her crew in exchange for something of value. It's said that Prince Lone Lee is around the age of 50 and has been around since the days of the Empire's rule, where it is said he even contributed to the Emperor in exchange to keep his power of his world. Additionally, it's described that Prince Lone Lee also helped Snoke and the First Order during its infancy. Prince Lone Lee has a personal droid that rolls around in his palace that is said to meet up with BB-8 for a scene. One of the concept art descriptions goes over Prince Lone Lee handing Rey a device of some kind, as Poe and Finn are sitting on chairs that hover off the ground to where the scene is described as Rey and the Prince make a deal. Another of which goes over Lone Lee guiding Rey, Finn, and Poe through an alleyway that is said to be the entrance to the black market where many new characters and creatures developed by the Creature Shop will be introduced in Episode 9. So I want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, first things first, about the name of the Dark Prince in Star Wars Episode 9. You guys may or may not have heard about this character. We went over it a couple of times. The Dark Prince is a character that is actually going to be based on this world that is dubbed as, of course, the exotic world within the exotic city in Star Wars Episode 9 that will contain the black market, as well as a large palace where both Rey, Finn, and Poe travel to in order to make a deal with the ruler of this world. Now, this is of course loosely based off of Prince Xizor from the EU/Legends material within Shadows of the Empire. So Prince Xizor is basically, going to be implemented into Episode 9 in a different way from what it seems, where Prince Lone Lee is going to be based off of Prince Xizor from the Expanded Universe. Now, I'm not quite sure about the name, guys. I mean, the name seems a little hard to say. It almost sounds like you're saying Prince Lonely when you say it, but it's spelled L-O-N-L-I. I can't say that I really know the meaning to that name, but I will say that I'm very intrigued about this character, since this character is around the age of 50 years old and dates back to the days of the Empire's rule, and even made a lot of exchanges between himself and, of course, Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader. Now, we also know that he also served the First Order during the infancy, and even made some deals with the younger version of Supreme Leader Snoke, as we heard a couple of weeks ago. So this Dark Prince character, the outfit sounds very intriguing. It's purple in design, where it does indeed have these black gloves. It's very similar from what it seems to, of course, Prince Xizor from the EU. And like I say, we do know that Chris Terrio is very well informed on Legends material and will be implementing a lot of that content into Star Wars Episode 9, as well as using it as, of course, inspirational pieces in order to really fulfill some of the characters in this movie. So, like I say, I'm very interested in this palace that's going to be introduced in the exotic city within Episode 9. This world, this city, by the way, was supposed to be implemented in the Star Wars Episode 7 film by JJ that never made it to the final cut of that movie. So I'm very interested to see exactly what the prince is going to serve, in Episode 9, whether or not he will live in this film, because we do know that eventually the First Order, and of course Supreme Leader Ren, actually infiltrate and invade the exotic city in Episode 9, and thereafter Rey and her crew. And that's where we actually engage in one of the big land battles in the second part of the actual movie, in the second act, I should say, of Episode 9. So like I said, guys, I mean, you can already see that JJ and Chris, they're trying to draw in a lot of Legends material, as well as, you know, taking some elements of past characters that are no longer canon, and making them canon under the Disney, you know, version of Star Wars. Which, I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like that if you're going to throw in the true Dark Prince and the actual Prince Xizor, you should just throw in the real Prince Xizor. But this one is going to be dubbed as, of course, Prince Lon Lee. Now, I actually, you know, like from, you know, this whole entire mission, I actually like the way it's sounding, because this is going to be one of the major missions, by the way, guys, in the second act of the film, that you do get to see both Rey, Finn, and Poe actually teaming up together, basically just like Han, Luke, and Leia, in order to go on a mission and, you know, gain some information and figure things out in order to take down the First Order and Supreme Leader Ren. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.